Hey everyone, we're back with a deck profile with Anson over here who got first place with his um, red Omimon.
Yep, red Omimon.
Cool. Now, a key note to know is that he's actually blind. Uh, he's a local here and he plays in all sorts of games: Final Fantasy, Dragon Ball Super, Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean,
Anything that shop carries.
essentially. And I guess we're gonna be playing EDH.
Yay.
So walk us through your deck.
Cool. I'm gonna do this deck by memory, so if I get something wrong, Matt will correct me.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to mention something,
Um,
Matt?
Shout outs to this playmat right here. Amelia, second best waifu. But I guess she's best now. Because she got me first place. So, let's start with the eggs. So, I play 4 Digimons and 1 Koromon. Yeah, Matt will arrange it for me. Not the hugest fan of the egg lineup for red. They don't actually have like really good eggs. But Digimon's good because it pumps some of your level 4, so you want to be aggro with like Dark Tyrannomon to 7k. And Koromon is just there if you have a fat stack when you build up to Omimon eventually.
When you said there weren't that great, was it just hard to feed your opponent's graveyard or what?
Yeah, it's hard to feed with Digimon because I don't really like swinging early. And usually when I start swinging, like the power pump really doesn't matter anymore because I'm already using Omimon to pressure their security. And he doesn't die to anything right now.
Especially in a like, yellow matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it about the eggs. So let's go to rookies. Like I think the staple here is the 4 trial deck Agumons. Generic heritable 1k power, very necessary against in the red mirror. And then we play 4 vanillas, monodramons, just your 2-drop value rookies. And then this card didn't come up too much, but I did play 4 the memory gain Biomon. It's pretty good. Gains 1 memory when it dies. The only time I swung with it, it didn't die for some weird reason. It doesn't die when you want it to die.
That seems to be the Biomon curse.
Yeah. And then the last 2 rookies I play is 2 Biomons. I just wanted more redundancy of the power gain for the red matchup because I think power pump is really necessary. And then let's move to the champions, which we're gonna play 4 Greymon, which is I feel like it's a staple of red decks. It just gives inheritable plus security, pretty good. And play 4 blockers because Imperial is very popular here at CSG, and I feel like blue is a hard matchup.
It's also one of the more affordable decks to be playing here.
Yeah, it's an amazing budget deck. And then 3 Dark Tyrannomons. I chose to only play 3 because I don't feel like it's good. It's only good when you open it and you're going first to put your opponent at 1. But besides that, I didn't really see much use for it besides that. But it is a good beater. If you have a Digimon late game, it's a 7k swinging. You have Agumon and it's a 8k, so it gets over a lot of stuff. And then for ultimates, we play 4 Groundramon and 2 Lava Gyurimons.
So the 4-2.
Yeah, 4-2. I chose the Groundramon over the Lava Gyurimon because it's a 5-drop, and when you go first, I don't feel so bad just dropping a 5-drop. And they're just both value to Digivolve for cost 2. And then like the tech I have for my ultimate is 2 Metal Greymons.
So
Secret Metal Greymons.
people have mixed feelings about this card.
Yeah, it's very situational. I put it in for again the red mirror because it'll let my Volcanic Dramon and Phoenixmon swing over their Phoenixmons, and it lets Omnimon trade its security, so it's pretty good. And against Rookie Rush, I mean, you could YOLO it and swing because the only thing that probably that kills it is Puppetmon. But if you have Agumon and say Digimon underneath it, it's not gonna die. So it's pretty good. And then for level 6s, we play 3 Phoenix Mons. I feel like it's pretty necessary. It's your 2-drop, helps you turbo up. And okay, the real MVP right now is War Greymon. Only play 2 copies because I feel like that's all you need. But it's so good right now. Most decks run a lot of option cards in security, and this just shuts it down. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of Digimon decks here, and they run Hammer Sparks, shuts it down. Cocytus Breath shuts it down. The Red Mirror shuts down Gaia Force. It was mainly in here because I was expecting, some of our locals to try out the red-yellow security deck, but haven't run into that yet.
That deck got, I believe, 5th place today.
Oh man, I didn't run into it, so lucky. And then for my last 2 level 6s, these are like the tech choice. Blitz Greymon and a Volcanic Dramon. People like Blitz Greymon, but I feel like it's only good in like rogue matchups. It's like I feel like it had lost its play since the beginning of 1.5 format. And Volcanic Dramon is just good in general to kill rookies in a rookie rush matchup. And if you evolve on top of a Metal Greymon, it swings for 13k, so it's pretty good.
Do you think the 4-cost Digi-Evolution for Blitz kind of...
Oh yeah, that's the 4-cost evolution definitely is like a turn-off for me. So if I attack one of it, because it does help in the Imperial Dramon matchup. Sometimes, if you see it. But yeah. And it has piercing, which is pretty good against... I guess another rogue matchup is probably black, and it's good against that. But I haven't run into that. And then level 7's the best part of the deck. We play a 3-2 split of 3 regular Omimons and 2 Ultra S's. I know a lot of people will probably play more Ultra S's, but I feel like the regular Omimon is still a little more flexible because it's essentially it's removal. Well, Ultra S is pretty good also because it's a board wipe and it digivolves your opponent's board. And sometimes the unblockable does come in handy. But again, I feel like Onimon's restand ability just applies more pressure.
I feel like the Alter S is essentially like having 2 Alter S's of a Countermon covers your rookie matchups.
Exactly. And I feel, but going forward, I feel like probably regular Omimon is going to be cut down less and just play more Alter S's. But we'll see. And then the last 5 cards in my deck, we're playing 3 Gaia Force. It's still probably one of the best option cards in the game. It just gets rid of anything when you need it to. Triggering security is really good, but I did not see it in security at all today, which is weird.
Did you hard cast it?
I did not. I think I hard cast it maybe once or twice, but yeah, it definitely secured me the game when I did play it. So I think 3 is enough. I feel like 2, you can go down to 2, but definitely I don't feel like you need 4 anymore. Because in the beginning, 4 was good because we didn't have anything else to run. But definitely 3 is pretty good. And the last 2 cards I run is 2 TIE Tamer. I feel like in this format right now, you kind of need a Tamer to reset your mirror to 3. And it's very important because War Greymon and TIE is just a nasty combination because it lets you evolve to War Greymon and you still get to swing with it. It doesn't end your turn. And against, I don't know, it's just good. It's just good. I recommend everyone try it because I don't think a lot of red decks play it.
It definitely was the option to use against yellow-red decks.
Yeah.
But seeing the War Greymon with TIE, what's really great is that TIE reinsures to put you at 3, which is perfect to go into War Greymon and gets him his +1 security on Digi-Evolution.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll be swinging for, if you have the Greymon, that's like 4 damage. And since it doesn't allow option cards to be checked, it's really nice against that matchup. But then again, I haven't played it yet. But today, for the most part, the game 3 memory was the most important part. And that's pretty much the whole deck.
Cool. Now, today was Mother's Day, so we only had about 13 players. Not normally what we're used to here. But it was still cool. I know last week was kind of hectic as well because we only had 14, but I remember everyone was getting ready for Mother's Day coming for the next week after. So
Yeah.
uh, so yeah. But a lot of good decks that we saw. Paradramon is like a norm to see. I'll be doing another deck profile on a spicy one that got second place soon, and we'll walk through his thought process of the deck. And yeah, anything you want to mention through your matches or any changes you would make to the deck?
Um, the one change I was thinking of making is adding the promo Biomon that you get from the event pack that gives them inheritable to draw cards. Because I feel like that the one thing that red decks are lacking right now is draw power. So that Biomon promo should really help with that.
What would it replace?
I'll probably replace a Guilmon.
Guilmon?
Yeah, like Guilmon or like, but also the memory Biomon is also a contender for being cut.
Since you're already playing 3, I mean, you might want to consider cutting it to 2 or 3.
I'll probably bring Biomon down to 2 and just play like a 2-2 Biomon split because I don't really like playing too many cards with the same name because it gets confusing for me personally.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, how is it playing blind in card games?
I feel like it's a little harder because now instead of just like seeing stuff when you want to know what's on board, I had to like mentally like photograph the board and keep track of it in my head at all times. So it gets a little taxing, but when I win, it just feels a little more rewarding.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of players are caught off guard at times when they see that they have to play against you. Sometimes they have to get used to announcing their plays more compared to playing other players as well.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah. So now, any shout outs you want to give?
Oh, definitely. I want to shout out. We'll just call him Big N for this video, but he's been helping me through all these tournaments, and he's such a big help. He's the person that allows me to play in these tournaments, and yeah, really nice dude.
One of the players you had to play for the first place spot. How did that go?
You know, he was a garbage player. But you guys will see his deck in the next video, hopefully, after this one.
Sorry. I came over here to find your energy drinks.
Yeah, no, a problem. So, yeah, shout outs to Amelia, the playmat that was able to make all the magic happen, because I was actually playing the same deck of Friday night, and I got booty tapped. I had the worst luck ever. I would draw into all my 5s. Yeah, I was kind of great lock, or I was
level lock.
Level lock, yeah, I was level locked for quite some matches, and that or my opponent would just have the answer. But I'm glad that I was able to absorb all the bad juju for you to get a perfect win. 4 rounds, no losses.
Yeah, but all the matches were pretty close because I think every round went to 3 games.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for showing us your deck and give us a run through of some of the changes you would make and whatnot. Hopefully we'll see how you do next week.
Yeah, and thank you for having me.
All right.